showing. As far back as 2005, scientists were creating robots that were literally named micro-robots because they were only 60 micrometers wide and 250 micrometers long. So tiny that you'd need a microscope to actually see them moving. Hey Hero, if your robots aren't small enough for their length to be measured in micrometers, maybe you should consider giving them a different name, like Millibots or Centibots. It's not quite as catchy, but it is certainly more accurate. Truth in advertising, my friend. Now, granted, these real-world micro-robots are a far cry from the micro-robots that we see in the movie. These 60 micrometer robots can move along like an inchworm, but they're not useful for all that much. So a better question would be, could you actually make a useful robot as small as the microbots in Big Hero 6? The answer is, yet again, a surprising yes. In 2015, scientists at Harvard unveiled the Robo-Bee, a drone whose body is shorter than the diameter of a penny. Unlike the micro-robots, which seemed like more of an experiment to simply see how small they could make the tech, the Robo-Bees are actually small for a specific reason. A small size lets them fly more easily, and they're so light that they can cling to surfaces like an actual bee would using static electricity. It also has the really nifty function of carrying a tiny camera, which means that it has real-world applications as the world's smallest spy drone. Think about that the next time you feel an insect landing on your neck. Maybe it's not some angry hornet coming to plant a stinger in your flesh. Maybe it's just some foreign government who wants really close-up photos of the inside of your ear. Suffice it to say, size-wise, Hero's microbots go solidly in the territory of not only possible in the year 2150, but actually already done in the year 2015. Okay, so it's one thing to make a robot small, but it's entirely another thing to have an entire swarm of robots that are all able to move together. And this isn't just as simple as have a bunch of micro-robots and tell them all to do the same thing. When Hero's microbots form into the hand and wave at the audience, think about how hard that action is. Some of the bots have to serve as the wrist, while others have to form the joints of the individual fingers. Each one of those has to know its position to serve that function, and then on top of it all, they all have to move in conjunction with all the other micro-robots to get into that specific position and then execute its function in tandem with